Hi, Vijay Mistry here. In this video, I want to share with you the 5 reasons why company directors must evolve. Now, this should be like a wake-up call because there's an unstoppable trend going around globally. So I believe this particular insights which I'm going to share with you are cutting edge and game changing. So let's deep dive straight into the 5 reasons why company directors must evolve. First and foremost is e-commerce. Now, in 2018, it is expected that the global e-commerce sales is going to be over $2.8 trillion. And by the year 2021, it is anticipated that these sales will cross the 4.8 trillion mark as well. So what does that really mean to you? What does that really mean in your marketplace? What does it mean as far as disruption is concerned? So you need to be extremely cautious and you need to be fully aware and switched on as to what's happening externally. Because if the external is moving at a faster pace and you are not, chances are that you will miss that particular turning point, which is going to be quite costly to you. Here are a couple of tips which I can share with you. You might have an e-commerce portal by now, and you might have all the mechanisms for customers to buy online. But here's my question. How easy is it? Have you carried out surveys? What is it that you can do to make the platform more clear? Look at Amazon.com and you see the platform they have. It's completely user friendly and it is customer focused. So you need to make sure that your platform, your portal is client and customer focused. And this, I believe, company directors must take into consideration whenever they're making any decisions. Let's deep dive to the next point, which is digitization skills. Now, my dear friends, there is 3D printing out there, automation out there, there is machine learning, big data, artificial intelligence. All this digitization insights and all these technology driven mechanisms which are now taking center stage is making a profound impact and changing the face of many organizations. So here's just a guideline that I have for you, that try getting this digitization skills. I'm not talking about coding, or I'm not talking about going deep into programming and all the other deeper level of understanding what this is all about. But you need to understand how digitization can transform your industry. Because at the end of the day, your supplier chain and your whole value pipeline may have a major impact if you do not make that particular shift. Because margins are now thinning out. So you have to be extremely careful and you need to revisit your whole supplier chain, your whole value chain, and find out exactly where are the touch points and what you really need to do in order to make this transformational leap into digitization. So as a company director, you must have that skill set so that you can ask the right questions and see what are the opportunities out there and how you can really benefit from the transition and make that migration, if you need to, into these new efficiency driven technological mechanisms. Let's deep dive straight into the third point, which is culture, idea driven. Again, I emphasize and reiterate that the culture at the top, the tone at the top is extremely important. Whether you're a non-executive director or an executive director or an owner or an entrepreneur, that culture is very, very important, because your highest leverage, where your highest leverage is the team that you have. That is where the whole bench strength lies. So what do you really need to do? You need to have a culture of empowerment, of enrichment, so that everybody understands where the organization is progressing towards. And in order to do that, you need to build upon the culture of transparency, recognition, and engagement as well. It's going to just help everybody be on the same page. So have this culture of idea driven, because that is going to change everything for you. You will have more insights and you will see that you will be ahead of the curve if you have these ideas coming from all the team members. Because I'll tell you one thing, that a couple of ideas, maybe 7, 8 might fail or they might not work, but a couple of them will just change the face of your organization. It will just leapfrog to another level altogether. So use this and work towards having that particular culture of idea driven. Let's move forward to the next point, which is customer preference, research exceeding expectations. My dear friends, what is most important and what is driving revenue in your organization? It's obviously the customers and clients that you have. Now, what's really happening is, with all the disruption and the new entrants coming in with leaner processes and masters in digitization, they are actually destructing organizations. Companies are eroding their capital at a very high pace. And here in the UK, it is evident that we have seen many organizations fold up. And I believe that one of the key reasons is that company directors must make sure that they have a complete picture as to what's happening. Customer behavior keeps on changing. Look, your principles and your values are the same, but the variables are keeping on changing. The mechanisms are keeping on changing. So you need to be very much up to date, and you need to make sure that you understand what the customer behavior is. This is a discussion at board level, because any slippages can be extremely costly and it can really drain resources. So you need to have this as part of the discussion. That's what I believe in. And conduct research as well. Have as much research and insights as you can in order for you to add traction and move the needle and move to the next level altogether. Let's move forward to the last point, which is focusing on a few. I have been a coach, non-executive director, as well as an executive director in many organizations, and what I notice here is there are some owners who keep on looking for something new while they don't focus into their own processes. And here's just a tip and a guideline which I can give you. Use that 80-20 principle, where you focus on the 20%, expound it to increase the results within your organization. Focusing on a few is going to deeply immerse you into what is adding traction in your organization. Work on that, because I believe it's going to make a profound impact to the progression and growth of your organization. So just pick up on the 5 key core leverage drivers in your organization. I get this question that, look, we've got 20 departments. How are we going to focus on a few? And these are the guidelines which I give to my clients. And here's what you need to do. You need to have blueprints. So have those snapshots and blueprints of all the 20 departments or divisions or P&L centers or whatever you have. You must have your blueprints and dashboards in place. But at the same time, what's going to make a difference? You must have the right team members, because without having the right head of departments, you're not going to really have that scalability, or you're not going to grow as expected. So you need to be extremely careful and ensure that you have the right leadership pipeline. That is where the leverage is, and that is where your exponential growth lies. This is where there is so much opportunity out there, yet I see many organizations just in that business as usual syndrome and mode. So you need to just get out and step up the game and see the impact it's going to make to the growth of your organization. My dear friends, I hope you found this video on 5 reasons why company directors must evolve insightful. I look forward to seeing you in the next video where I'm going to share with you more insights on how you can scale up your organization as well as become a world-class entrepreneur, leader, director, executive, and manager. Thank you very much. Bye for now.